What is your prospect's problem? Now, if you're selling medication for aches and pains, instead of selling the features and benefits, first describe the pain in detail. Describe how it feels beneath their joints. My knee started to hurt first, and my muscles around the knee and calf area became painful. Then one morning, my hands and fingers had pain. My fingers have started to swell. Then my elbows recently have started to hurt and throb. I feel that it's in the muscle around my elbow joint and along my arm which are painful. Some days are worse than others, but there is always a dull ache. Now, what's going to convert more? Hey, check out this pain cream. Or, hey, I understand your pain. Let me talk to you about it. Let me exacerbate your pain and then provide the solution. Yes, go ahead, 1 second. Let me get you the mic.
Yeah, Ronnie, so how did you actually get that? Where'd you get that? Did you talk to people? I mean...
Good question. I'm going to go over that.
Okay.
It's called the yeah.
Hey, Ronnie, is the idea here, instead of stating the features and benefits, you're conveying what you're saying? You're not stating it, you're conveying or creating a context?
Okay, that's a good question. The first thing that you want to do is hit them with their pain point before you hit them with features and benefits. Okay, so I'm going to get into the triune brain theory a little bit. So that there's a theory, but I like this theory a lot, that we have 3 different brains inside of us. We have the reptilian brain, which is the stem, the oldest part of our brain, the oldest evolved part of our brain. That's the brain that controls anger, fight, flight, sex, primal. Everything are base primal instincts. That's what that controls. Now, we have the slightly younger brain called the mammalian brain. Okay? That's what controls status in your tribe. So like a wolf pack, they're mammalians. They have status and hierarchy. So the mammalian brain controls that. And then we have our least developed and evolutionary developed part of our brain, which is the neo-mammalian cortex, which is the human part of our brain, which is the logic and the reason, which is not very powerful because it's our newest part of our brain. We're not logical creatures. We like to think we're logical creatures. We're actually highly emotional creatures. So to get back to what you're saying, you want to sell them on the pains first. You want to hit them with pain first. You want to hit them at their emotional level first before you hit them in their neo-mammalian complex, which is their logical thought patterns. Okay? So if you go buy a BMW, right, you're gonna justify it to yourself, or that's how some people do, saying, well, it's safe. It's safe, but they're really buying the BMW because it improves their status and it triggers, action in the neo-mammalian cortex, and it's just fucking inevitable. They're going to buy. We're just so pre-wired to this. That's why it's so powerful. We can't deny our own evolutionary wiring, and if you can manipulate that, you have power, right? Describe their pain to initiate trust. So I kind of went over this a little bit. This is actually the first phase in initiating the trust, building the trust with the person, the prospect. Describe their pain. I get you.